Hey everybody, this here is the HappyCabbie. This is going to be a direct message to Ric Mendoza of Machinima. But before we begin, there's a buddy of mine who helped me out back in the day. His name is Crazy Red Simpkins. Just whenever you're done watching a video, just press the annotation, click the link down below. He's needing some help, and I'm hoping, now I'm going to be sending him some stuff, and I'm hoping you guys can send him stuff too. Basically, I expect this video to probably get maybe 2,000 views. Out of that, if maybe just 100 of you just, send a few dollars each, that would more than cover his expenses. But do what you can. Whenever you're done watching a video, just check it out. It would mean a whole lot to me, and I thank you. But anyway, here comes the video. Hey everybody, HappyCabbie here. Yes, I'm at church. Yeah, we're here. Where are we? We're at the Longmore Road Baptist Church. That's where the elections was held today. So had to come down and go vote. Now I'm just going to take some time off, and then get back to doing what I was doing. Let me go ahead and explain to Ric Mendoza of Machinima why I'm so upset. Why I'm so upset is, number one, I'm upset about your flagrant disregard for copyright. I'm upset with your abuse of the DMCA. I'm upset the fact that the dogs are barking. Hey, woof woof. But here's, I'm actually embarrassed, for as long as I've had a YouTube channel, really. But, all throughout the past year that I've been with you guys, I've talked about the abuse of the DMCA. I've talked about those that try to use the DMCA as a form of censorship. And yesterday it turns out that I am partnered with a network that feels that censorship is okay. For example, a couple of weeks ago, I posted a video. A lot of people didn't like it. Had a whole bunch of video responses. Some of them even used my content. And where were you? You never filed any DMCAs on those videos, and the reason is because I'm not a whiny little bitch who complains when somebody doesn't like me on the internet. Somebody wants to use my content, by the way, not yours, and criticize me. That's called fair use. There have been numerous court decisions, numerous Supreme Court decisions about fair use. Now, if you're going to... Now, I can understand this, if Megan Lee Hart, complained to Machinima, and maybe there was somebody who was new, didn't know what they were doing, and you contacted Joe and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, this was a mistake, totally sorry, our fault, we screwed up," it wouldn't be an issue. But you actually defended the DMCA and actually said that Joe did something wrong, which he didn't. Now, another question that some people might pop up is, well, in the DMCA law, there's what's known as an authorized agent. For example, Megan Lee Hart could have authorized Machinima to file DMCAs on her behalf. Now, although that may be a possibility, one has to ask, still, why would Machinima do it? Because here's the thing, when I was recruited by you guys in February, I spent a month back and forth talking with you guys, reading the contract, making sure I understand it, and clarifying things. I was sending you guys examples of the videos that I do, wanted to make sure that you guys were fine and okay with the type of content that I produce. And one of the things that we discussed was the issue of fair use. And I wanted to make sure that Machinima understood the concept of fair use. And I've got emails back from you guys telling me that yes, you guys do understand fair use, and that the videos that I sent you, you had no problem with. Now, let's take a look at my channel, for example. Before I start throwing rocks at other people, let's take a look at my channel. My channel, I've got a video called Lady Gaga. On my channel, I've got, a couple of videos, one where I'm talking about, what was it, the new Transformers movie, and, I used some pictures from that. I've got another video where I'm talking about the TSA, and I use some footage from that. I've got one video where I'm using some footage. Is it ABC News I think I'm using the footage from? I never once got any emails from you guys. And the reason why I didn't is because you understood that those videos were fair use. Now, here's the thing. You've got this YouTube channel. It just bothers me when people don't use the bicycle lane. Yeah, I don't understand. You don't see me walking in the street. Of course, now I'm crossing the street. Just a petty annoyance of mine. But nevertheless, you don't... what was I talking about? You've got a YouTube channel, the Yogscast, Blues Evos. And what they're trying to do is they are trying to censor Megan Lee Hart. They're trying to get her kicked off the internet. This is one of your network partners. These people have 1.5 million subscribers. They're flagging down her channel. They're trying to flag down her channel the best they can. And you've got somebody who is trying to do this to Megan Lee Hart and also to your network, by the way. Because if one of us gets flagged, if one of us gets DMCA'd, it affects the whole network. I've got emails from Machinima telling us that. But you're going to go around and you're going to file DMCA's on videos that you do not own the copyright to. Because I've got the contract right here. I reread it last night. In Section 4 of the contract that I signed, that Megan Lee Hart signed, it states that we own the copyright to our content, not you, not Machinima. Now in Section 9, it states that we do grant Machinima a license to use the content, for the purposes of advertising and stuff like that, but it's a license, not anything to, give you guys control of our content. Now, the only thing that it does state is, it does state in the contract that there may be times, such as issues of copyright where you request that we remove materials from our YouTube channel. It does state that. But, again, that does not mean that you own the copyright to our content. So what you did was wrong. And you got caught for doing it. Because this is what you guys thought. You guys thought that, you're the third largest YouTube channel. And you would just go ahead and file a DMCA on a guy with 600 subscribers, to you guys, a nobody, and you thought you would actually get away with it. You did not count on the fact that this guy was in a network himself. It's the Yeousch network, Y-E-O-U-S-C-H. I think that's how you pronounce it, Yeousch. And all he did was contact his network, and his network, of course, got in contact with you guys and said, what the hell are you guys doing? violating our copyright. You got caught. And you don't like to get caught. Now, you sent a message to me, and you also said, it's like, okay, I want to talk to you on Skype. Now, if you want to talk to me on Skype, that's fine. But it's going to be recorded. Okay. Now, I'm actually surprised that you just didn't just shut down my accounts. I do give you credit for that. But if you want to talk to me, one of the things that we're going to discuss is your abuse of the DMCA. Because here's the thing. You owe that guy Joe an apology. You owe the Jewish network an apology for violating their copyright. Because you do not own the content for Megan Lee Hart. You don't own the copyright to her image. And when you consider all the network partners that do use other people's content, not just in a video, but also in thumbnails, not just my channel, but Megan's channel herself, as I already pointed out, and all the different channels, that use these type of thumbnails that you don't have a problem with. But if you are going to start censoring the internet because people are criticizing network partners, then I want nothing to do with your network. I really don't. Now, in my contract, I'm in a 2-year contract, so I've got 13 months left of my contract. So, it's not something I can get out of. But if you want to kick me out, you can. If you want to shut down my YouTube account, you can. But I'm going to tell you one thing right now. You're not going to shut me up. You're not going to say, stop talking about this. Okay? Now, yeah, you can take down my video. But my videos have already been spread over so many daggum channels. You're not going to get them all. It's called the Streisand effect. When you try to remove content from the internet, the more it frickin' spreads. And that's all I have to say. So, issue an apology to Joe, issue an apology to Yush, and learn from this experience that abusing the DMCA will always bite you in the ass. I'm the HappyCabbie, and if you want to talk, it's going to be recorded.